All right, so first up, we got XC Dude on green. So, I did a broadcast for Group 2 yesterday, or it's either yesterday or the day before. And this game was not a bonus game. But what I have seen in the past is sometimes players will go for that Centro bonus right in the middle of the board, which is worth like +3 or +4. So I doubt that we'll see that happen this game with this particular lobby. But just throwing it out there that it's a possibility. Tiger 1512 is in the second seat. Love you, Mikey. You're so nice. Yeah, I try to be nice or at least funny in in being a little bit brutal. But anyway, but yeah, no, that's yeah, feeding is it's one of those things that we've all done it. We've all done it. So, and I wouldn't be surprised if I've fed more games than you have, Veronica. So, know that it's not coming from a place of superiority whatsoever. All right, Quarantined on black in the third seat, Zycron on white in the fourth seat. Very nice that we have a lobby filled with players that all have different OG colors. I don't think anyone's stepping on anyone else's toes with respect to the colors that everyone's using. Zycron, not with the best spawn here. Kind of, if you look at the white troops, they're kind of in 3 or so positions, right? You got the top right, then you got the right, or the east coast, and then you got the west coast. So Zycron's going to be spending most of this game trying to get himself spread out, or perhaps he can pivot to lining up Bradomite, who is the red player in the fifth seat. It's gonna be tricky for Zycron to line up either of his potential targets. Veronica's trying to, where'd you go? Can't tag you, but hey boys, thanks for the good vibes. Yes, hopefully we have mostly good vibes in here. I say mostly good vibes because as long as bad vibes are under control, they can be a little bit entertaining. But the key play there is under control. Bradomite making 3 attacks on his first turn. You normally don't see that. But he's trying to establish an early position and also spread out himself because it looked like he didn't have the best spawn either, spawning most of his troops in the top left and really one position in the bottom right. And then last but not least, we have Pentix on purple. He's got most of his troops in the middle of the board with a lone 3 positioned up at the top. All right, let's take a quick look at the bonuses on the Brazil Advanced map. So you got Sudeste and Leste. Those are your +3s. Then you got that Centro bonus I was telling you about. Then you got Nordeste up in the top right. Those are your +4s. Then we get some big bonuses here. We get +7 of Seoul, +8 for Panama, which, if you know your geography, that is not Panama, my friends. That is Venezuela and Colombia. But anyway, for the sake of this map, that is Panama. And then +9 you have Norte, and then Oeste is your +10. I think it's safe to say that Oeste will not be held anytime soon during this game. All right, and then I have my fellow co-caster here, Micah Spawn number 2, the baby girl. She is a 4-month-old baby. She's already had her nap, and she's eaten. So hopefully we get some insightful commentary from her. But sometimes she just likes to watch the numbers and the colors smash into each other, and just make silent facial reactions to that happening. Bradomite continues to spread out his position. All right, so Pentix still has a decent number of troops, but finds himself only in 6 territories, where Tiger has 3 more than he does, and he's got the next lowest territory count. People seem to be choosing purple for their cards. Yep, and Chad is going to continue that tradition of choosing purple to take cards off of. Looks like Chad is maybe making a slight attempt to hold 12 territories, or maybe not. Fortifies that 2 over 2 3 stack, making it 4. Chad is on 12 territories, though. I'm fairly certain the other players in the lobby noticed that. As much as I'm sure Chad would like to collect 4 troops on his next turn, there's not much incentive for any of the other players to allow him to do that. Tiger immediately going to knock Chad under 12. All right, so let's see here. The full settings for Game 1, progressive world domination game on Brazil Advanced. As you can see, we have no fog, no blizzards. The portals that we do have are unstable. Placement was auto. Bots, if we end up having any, which we probably won't, are automated expert. Turn timer is 60 seconds. And as you can see, the alliances are on. Everyone is shaking hands. The dice are not true random. The dice are balanced splits. All right. Hopefully everyone's having a nice Thursday. In the area I'm in right now, southern-ish end of the east coast of the states, we're getting some snow. We got like 3 inches of snow, and we normally do not get snow, and if we do, it's not like this. So I once again had to push off Valentine's Day dinner with the wife, which is the main ordeal I'm dealing with right now. I dropped the ball a little bit last week, and set a reservation for last night, but the restaurant calls us and says, "Hey, so because of the snowstorm, we're closing, so we're gonna have to cancel your reservation." I was like, "Oh, that's a bummer. Can we do it the next day, right?" And they're like, maybe, but we might still be closed depending on snow conditions." And I was like, "Okay, well, we'll roll the dice on that." And it turns out they ended up staying closed today. So Sunday is when we're now, because my wife loves this place. She doesn't want to pick another place. It's a fancy like steakhouse place, and she really likes their fillet that they have there, the steak fillet. So what should have been celebrated on the 14th, we're now celebrating Sunday the 23rd. Doesn't sound like your fault. Well, the fact that it got moved from Wednesday and tonight isn't my fault, but normally I try to get ahead of those things and have it set up for either a few days before or the weekend of. We ended up being busy that weekend, and the reservations were booked Friday. But anyway, and the other thing, Nub, is I don't know if you have a girlfriend or have been married. Sometimes it doesn't matter if it's actually your fault or not. You will still catch a little bit of the blame, which is what it is. I'm looking forward to. It's always your fault, yes. I'm looking forward to a nice evening out with my wife though, and she's looking forward to a nice steak and a little bit of a break from the kiddos. All right, so Chad finds himself back on 12 territories, and 2 players have gone without addressing that. We'll see if anyone else decides to. Looks like Zychron's thinking about it. Zychron has done a good job of spreading out. Bradomite, I'm sure, would like to exist in the South territory, the Sol +7 territory. But Zychron has reasonable gaps between all of his positions. Ooh, Zychron steps out of the way of the portal, and just as I'm saying it, I have very little doubt that Bradomite is going to take his card down south on the portal that Zychron just evacuated from. Indeed, he does. And he'll probably split the troops there to maintain both those positions. Yeah, does a bit of a split ski right there. Now we're back over at Pentix. If Pentix doesn't take a card on XC Dude, which Tiger is informing him of that, then XC Dude will get 4. So Pentix does decide to knock Chad back under 12. And that seems to make a nice little spot for Pentix. He's not going to fortify back. He's going to stay put and draws a wild card. Hopefully he can hang on to that during the second round of trades. We'll see what his card luck looks like during the first round. there is a chance he'll be forced to trade that wild on 5. Hi. Are you munching on your fingers? Are you munching on your fingers? Did you not get enough from your bottle earlier? Huh? Did you not get enough from your bottle earlier? Oh, there's a nice giggle. All right, 1 second. My wife is calling me. I'm going to go on mute. All right, so I'm back. Wife just wanted to make sure that we still had tuna. There's a salad she likes to make. That's pretty good. Where you put a, it's not like it's technically a tuna salad, but it's not like because whenever somebody says tuna salad, you picture the tuna salad with like the mayo and the eggs and stuff. But this tuna salad is like a Spanish style one where it's actually salad with like lettuce and tomatoes and all that good stuff. And then you put olive oil, a little bit of vinegar, and then some of this Spanish tuna on it. And it's really good. It's not like the 60% mayonnaise tuna salad. um, anyway, looks like we're in the first round of trades here. Doesn't look like we saw any card skipping, so starting from the top, we're seeing 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15 sets come out. I imagine Zycron wants to migrate north a little bit with 1 stack. Yep. He does take a slight baby step to the north. So no one's being allowed to hold a bonus. No one's being allowed to remain above 12. It looks like Bradamite is happy with his positions. He wants to move that middle stack a little bit further to the east. Well, I suppose I stand corrected. Pentix sets in with a +2 and gets to hang on to his wild card. That should come in handy for him, or is more likely to come in handy for him than not, particularly since he's in the last seat. He's guaranteed to have a set on 3 during the second round of trades, and if for whatever reason he's not feeling comfortable, he could decide to set early. Or something else that players in the last seat do when they have a set on 3 is they simply card skip without setting. And the logic there is, well, obviously, if you were to take a card, right, somebody sets in on 4 while killing you on 4, that's enough to set you in. But if you set early to avoid that, well, then you end up getting 25 less troops for your set than you otherwise would, right? Because 5 people set before you, and the trades go up by 5 troops apiece. So the logic for this particular strategy of card skipping without setting when you're last in the turn order is I won't take the risk of dying on 4 to get killed, and I'm also not going to set in early, so that way when I do set in, I'll get the 25 troops. The downside, though, with card skipping, as always, is now you're 1 turn behind everybody else for when the third round of trades comes in. So it's still, whatever choice you make, it's still a risky play. And, that's one of the many reasons we love risk. So normally the players in the first few seats don't set on 3, even if they did have one. But in the 4th, 5th, and 6th seats, this is where you might see a player or multiple players set on 3 if they're not feeling comfortable. Pentix, being the troop lead since he got the biggest set from the first round of trades, probably feels a little bit comfortable. But his main concern is probably either going to be Bradamite or Zycron. Even though neither Bradamite or Zycron have the most optimal lines on Pentix. I believe that's the second time, at least, that Bradamite has lost a troop just hitting 1 for a card. Pentix maneuvering his central positions around. No one's doing any card skipping. Everyone goes to 4. Does Chad decide to trade? It looks like he's upset about something. What is Chad upset about? Does he not have a set on 4? Sees that Pentix has Chad lined up really well. If Chad misses his set on 4, Pentix will likely kill him. It looks like Chad has missed his set on 4, which he's very upset about. That must be what his angry face is about. Otherwise, he would have set by now instead of pouting. Though, it's understandable to be upset. Oh, my mistake. He does have the set. Decides to use it. Interesting. Was he upset about needing to use it? I'm a little confused as to why Chad is doing the angry face. Maybe there's something I'm missing. Tiger sets in. I believe he's taking the 25 set. Tiger had the smallest troop count before trading in. He was roughly 3 troops behind everybody else. And does not have... Actually, no, he's got decent lines on Quarantined. Particularly with portals open. Doesn't have it this turn, though. We will find out very quickly if anyone missed their set on 4. Quarantined sets for 30. So we're looking to see if Quarantined has either the Zycron or the Bradamite kill. Quarantined is a skilled player and is particularly aggressive. So if anyone attempts an early kill, Quarantined is one of the players more likely than not to attempt one. If he is attempting one here, it's unclear who it's on. Perhaps he's not. Looks like he's going to... looks like he's just going to take a card and chill. Players might be looking to see if anyone misses a set on 4. Zycron is not one of those players. Trades for the 35. Can Zycron kill Bradamite? Bradamite about 10 troops under how many troops Pentix has, so he's... Oh, are we getting excited? Are we getting excited? So Bradomite is the more likely target if Zycron decides to go for somebody. But that red 4 of Bradomite's up at the top could be a little bit difficult. Actually, Zycron's 16 would hit the 5 and then loop around to the black 1 and then hit the 4. And then the 19 just has to hit the 3. Looks like Zycron is going in for the Bradomite kill. Takes the kill line path that I just outlined. 11-7. And then the 22 is going to wrap around to hit a 3. And then a couple of 1s of Bradomite. GG's to Bradomite. And congrats to Zycron taking the first bounty of Game 1. Sets for 40, putting him on an even 100 troops. Can he kill Pentix? Can he chain this into Pentix? We see Chad already saying GG's. I know, that was an exciting kill, huh? Looks like the answer is no. He's used up too much of his clock. He's going to stop right there. Bradomite doesn't get a turn since he is dead. Wow, Pentix, with triple cannons, gets to save his wild card to go into the third round of trades. Gets the 45 set. Doesn't really have a kill here. And is 1 troop ahead of Zycron. But that troop lead will go away once Zycron trades again. And that troop lead is very slight. So Pentix knocks a 3 of Zycron's. Doesn't seem interested in hitting anymore. Gets perfect dice on that 3. Pentix will have a set in 2 turns' time, thanks to his wild card. Meanwhile, the 3 players at the start of the turn order are the fish in the veritable barrel that is the Brazil Advanced map this game. Meanwhile, Zycron and Pentix, due to their troop count, are the sharks. Chad makes a couple of attacks, wanting to get on 12, it seems like. Zycron is on 18 territories. We see a dab come out for Tiger being on 69 troops. Congrats, Tiger, for winning the true game that matters, which is lining up on 69 troops. Tiger gonna hit a Pentix territory for a card. Oh no. Oh no, sweetheart. Hey, it's a good thing. Hey, if you're still hungry, it's a good thing I put a bottle in the warmer for you, huh? Yeah. Let's find out if Zycron has a set on 3. If he does, he might want to use it now. Actually, maybe he doesn't want to use it. But yeah, Quarantine knocked Zycron under 18 territories, but Zycron being above 15 means he gets 5 troops to add to the board this turn, putting him even with Pentix in terms of troops. But thanks to his kill, he is 2 cards ahead of purple. All right, and then Pentix going to take a 3rd card here. And then we will find out if anyone has a set on 3. I will be back in just a moment. Going to get a bottle for my co-caster here. All right, I am back. Looks like Chad was able to stay on 12 territories. Gets 4 troops for his turn. Doesn't set on 3, though. So if Tiger or Quarantined have a set on 3, I believe they would use it to guarantee their safety. Tiger goes to 4. Quarantined looks like he also does not have a set on 3. Already calling good game. Doesn't believe he can win this one. And unfortunately, he might be right. Unfortunately for him, anyway. It does look like this is Zycron's game, with potential snipe from Pentix. Zycron sets in for 50. Everyone was hoping Zycron would miss a set on 4. He did not. Zycron is going to kill one of the 3 players at the top of the list, who are currently on 4 cards. Pentix has 30 more troops and 1 less card, so he's almost certainly not on Zycron's kill list. Looks like Zycron's going after Chad. getting the dice he needs so far. Not that he needed particularly special dice to begin with. Has a 100% kill on XC. GG's to XC Dude. And congratulations to Zycron taking his and the game's second bounty. Sets in for 55 with that. Can he chain Tiger or Quarantine next? Looks like he's going to attempt to. This appears to be the Tiger kill. Getting what he needs so far. 16, 10, 11, 10 with the 6. As the last hit. GG's to Tiger. Congrats to Zycron taking his third kill this game. Sets in for 60. Should have enough for the Quarantine kill in terms of troops, but does he have enough speed to be able to pull this kill off in time? He's going to go for it. So far, so good. 19 v 14. Good dice on that. GG's to Quarantine. And a well-played to Zycron taking yet another kill on 4 kills, setting in for 65. Now Pentix is on the chopping block because there's simply no one else for Zycron to kill aside from Pentix. That wild card was looking really nice for Pentix had Zycron not pulled off this amazing sweep. Ooh, it doesn't look like Zycron's going to be able to finish it off this turn. It does depend on the dice he gets here, though. 3v2. May as well blitz that. Fails it. So, Zycron's on 112. Pentix has the set on 3 for 75 troops, but Zycron simply has way more troops than Pentix does. It says good luck to Pentix. Zycron, sitting on 5 cards, basically has the win guaranteed. Pentix is going to need some incredible dice here. Need basically perfect dice on all of Zycron's stacks. Unfortunately, Pentix is not getting the perfect dice that he needs to sweep this board this time. We do see some good pathing, though, from Pentix, but unfortunately, he runs out of troops. He had it last turn. Had he split on the top right and used the portal? Yeah. Zycron setting in for 75. Should be enough to finish off the 38 troops that Zycron ended, or that Pentix ended his turn with. And game 1 appears to be a complete perfect sweep for Zycron. Taking every kill on the board, every bounty, and also taking the one thing that matters, which is first place. GG's to all the Game 1 players. Well played to Zycron too.